Is a forgotten classic truly lost to time? Are the pioneers of genre remembered? Or do later masterpieces steal their infamy?
Ugh, Jesus Christ. The pretentiousness in that statement. I might have to go see a chiropractor just to make sure my head isn't too far up my own arse.
When you think of stealth games, especially some of the earlier ones, you'll probably think of either Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell. Both were excellent games with compelling narratives, but what if I told you that both of them owe their existence to a game that came out before either of them and could be argued to be one of the first 3D stealth games ever created? I'm fully aware that Hideo Kojima had already created the original Metal Gear series,
But I'm not going to count them. Okay? Fussy bastards.
Now, where Metal Gear Solid perfected what the stealth genre could be on the PlayStation 1, Tenchu's stealth assassins paved the way in terms of audience expectations and helped establish some of the basic mechanics of the genre. Staying in the shadows, avoiding enemies' line of sight, using different tools gathered along your journey to help you either take down or distract enemies. These basic ideas all built towards what we now expect from a stealth game. But, however revolutionary this game may be, the developers didn't quite understand the limits of the PlayStation 1, and it suffered as a result. One key factor would be the draw distance. Some games on the system made excellent use of this limitation, using it as part of the overall design of the game. Silent Hill is a perfect example. They couldn't render the entire environment, so they used the fog as a way to disguise this limit. Like many other games of this era, they simply hid the unrendered environment in shadow. The main issue with this design is that within this game, where remaining hidden and unseen from enemies is a key aspect of success. Some NPCs will just appear out of nowhere and your cover is blown without you even really knowing why or how. And when going for the perfect run, it can lead to moments where a large investment of time is ruined by unseen forces. It does keep you on your guard, but there are times when it's unwelcome and you'll look around and ask, what the actual fuck? Because even one enemy can completely overwhelm you. Forget it if there's more than two. Your best option is to run. Your attack skill set is limited and pretty much runs its limit at a 3-hit combo, a horizontal strike and a vertical strike. Blocking will become your new best friend, but that doesn't mean you'll be invulnerable. Successfully blocking requires some aim and practice, and even more practice if you're going to try to fight someone. This game does not have a lock-on system and you'll find yourself missing the enemy more often than not. Avoiding combat and utilising stealth, like a ninja, is your best option for success, especially if you want to get that perfect run. Because if you get a perfect run, although not necessary to complete the game, they will reward you with the rank of Grandmaster at the end of the level, and getting Grandmaster will unlock a specialist item in your armory. Some of these are invaluable to keeping the game fun. Without them, you can be in for a hard time, as the game can truly be irritating without any of them. These master items include dog bones, which summon a canine ally to fight for you, sacred scrolls that can boost your speed or defense, and even chameleon armor, which disguises you as one of the enemy NPCs. This item is completely necessary to getting you those Grandmaster ranks in later levels.
But be warned, using items from your arsenal will not replenish or reset when you die. What you take with you is what you'll take to the grave.
I think this is an excellent tactic to keep the game refreshing and challenging. If you take everything with you then die, simply resetting the game won't get you back to the starting point. You'll still lose everything, and this adds to the thought process before each mission. Combined with getting a perfect run, each and every decision is vital. What if you take your last remaining health potion, enter a mission, and then die? You are fucked. The only solution would be to play a previous level and get at least the ranking of Ninja Master in order to restock your supplies. This continuous risk versus reward thought process really helps you immerse yourself in the life of the ninja. Whereas in other landmark stealth games on the PS1, the equipment that you have earned will be forever in your arsenal and be ready for use at your disposal. Clearly, I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid. The differences between the two series are vast and incredibly obvious. Metal Gear Solid has a concrete narrative that pursues a singular objective, whereas Tenchu Stealth Assassins concentrates on singular missions that have a very overall loose storyline. The storyline being, set in feudal Japan, you are one of Lord Goma's students in the middle of a civil war with the demonic Lord Mayo. Yes, Mayo, who uses the supernatural warrior Onikage to subvert Goda's power in the province. Now, you could say that this plotline is obvious once you complete the game, but it really isn't when you play through it the first time. It's only when you complete it, then start again with the other playable character, that it becomes only slightly clearer. The overall plot isn't really the focus of this game. The main focus is mastering the mechanics as one of the two playable characters. Where Metal Gear Solid focused on a singular playable character, this game gives you the chance to play through 10 missions as two different characters.
I say two characters, but the differences are minimal.
You can play as the stoic, traditional sword-wielding ninja Rikimaru or the boisterous Ayame. The missions are mostly the same, but the interactions with the NPCs will be slightly different. Rikimaru will engage people in combat with honour and even allow dishonoured targets to kill themselves, whereas Ayame can come across as obnoxious and arrogant, enticing enemies to attack her rather than take the easy route out.
I fear them. Not.
You gotta love that 90s voice acting.
So, the mice come out to play. That means you get to play too.
Especially that one.
The combat differences between the two characters are pretty minimal, but in a fight, there are noticeable elements. Rikimaru will strike with a very basic 3-hit combo, but his defense is a lot more stable. Ayame, armed with 2 knives, will do a 6-attack combo, but she is very vulnerable to attacks if caught off guard. And that is basically where the differences end. Speaking of controls or control limitation, this game came out before DualShock support and resulted in a very stilted control method. The camera cannot be freely moved about, and the only way to look around the 3D environment is to hold one of the shoulder buttons and use the D-pad to look around. This even applies to some of your ninja tools. A slight tap of the D-pad can result in either you hitting the exact spot you need or completely missing the mark, and when trying to escape an unwinnable fight, this is an incredible hindrance, especially with the dogs, where your timing and aim has to be perfect. Otherwise, you'll spend your entire time fighting them and not progressing in a mission. Losing most of your health before getting past the first enemy kind of sucks. But let's talk about some of the positives. The music and atmosphere in this game is amazing. The composer Noriyuki Asakura is well known for blending jazz and rock into traditional Japanese music.
So, in summary, yeah, it's good. Fucking play it. No, I'm just joking. But you should play it, because it's a perfect demonstration of the limits of the PlayStation 1. The control method is not precise enough to really make it uninterrupted joy, but the experimentation of style and theme really shines through. It's just a shame that this franchise didn't live past the PS2. And no, I'm not going to count the Wii game in 2008, because the Wii is not a console. Deal with it.